Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to give you a little bit of background on Marlene Stewart Streit. Marlene is the only woman to have ever won the U.S. Women's Amateur, the British Women's Amateur, the Australian Amateur, and the Canadian Women's Amateur. She has won 6 national championships from 1953 to 2003. Including the above, plus 3 USGA seniors, the last coming in 2003 at age 69. Can you imagine that? She whipped all those 50-year-olds. And knowing Marlene, she loved every minute of it. Marlene began her career caddying in 1947. Now, you have to know how small Marlene is. But when I think of her caddying and carrying a bag, I think of the famous picture of Francis we met and the little boy carrying that small leather bag, dragging it along the ground. And somehow that is hard for me to picture Marlene caddying. When you meet her, you'll see what I mean, how tiny she is. Marlene entered her first Canadian event in 1950 and shortly thereafter started her string of Canadian victories. I'm just going to do a little bit of reading here on the Canadian. 1951, Canadian Ladies Open Amateur Champion. 1955, 56, 58, 59, 63, 68, 69, 72, 73. Then she goes on to the 1950 Canadian Ladies Close Amateur Champion. 1950, 1951, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 63, 69. Then she gave all the Canadians a break and waited and played in the seniors and won 4 Canadian seniors. Needless to say, she totally dominated Canadian golf. Marlene has also won the 1956 North-South, the 59, 60, 61, and 65 winner of the Doherty, which is a very famous amateur event. The 1953 and 58 winner of the U.S. Mixed Foursome. And then here's one that I think is really one of her major wins. The 1956 Totem Pole champion. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never heard of this tournament. And Marlene, maybe you were padding your titles here. Gary Player, you have played all over the world and won majors everywhere. Have you ever heard of the Totem Pole Open? No? I haven't either. No. In international team competition, Marlene has been a 4-time member of the Canadian World Amateur Championships, and 2 times she was low amateur, and as the non-playing captain 4 times for Canada. Golf World magazine ranked her 10th of the top female golfers of the 20th century, which included professionals and amateurs. Equally important in her career is the record of the impact she's had on junior golf in Canada. Marlene played Shell's Wonderful World of Golf, and she beat Marilyn Smith and Mickey Wright. And the money she won from those events, she donated to the Canadian Ladies Golf Association to provide financial assistance to outstanding female juniors across Canada. In 36 years, they have helped over 190 girls, and Marlene is still working very hard to raise money and helping select the members and invites them to her place in Florida at Wellington to stay and work with them on their games, and I've been privileged to come over and meet some of the juniors and play with them and be a part of Marlene's enthusiasm for all of Canada. From a personal standpoint, I've known Marlene since 1956. I had the great honor of playing her. The Little Giant and I played in 1956 in Indianapolis in the finals of the U.S. Women's Amateur. And I outdrove Marlene 100 yards. I paced it twice. On 2 separate times, I outdrove her exactly 100 yards, right? She won the hole. She hit a 4-wood, I hit a sand wedge. She hit it 3 feet, I hit it 10. She made hers, I missed mine. Needless to say, she whipped me. Then 10 years later, we play in Sewickley, Pennsylvania, and we go at it again. We're playing, our husbands are nervous wrecks because we're up and down and we're tying and all this and that. And after every 9 holes, the husbands go up and grab a martini overlooking the 9th and 18th greens and sip that, and then we tie, and away they'd go again. So we ended up tied after 36 holes, and finally on the 41st hole, I finally beat her. And I still fight her, but she is an unbelievable competitor. I think Marlene Stewart is probably the greatest amateur, male or female, that there is in the world, winning a total of 6 major titles more than in 6 decades. She has won all those major titles. Sandra Post probably put it best when Marlene won the women's senior at age 69 and beat all those youngsters at 50. Sandra said, "The old gray mare, she is what she used to be." Let's take a look at the stellar career of Marlene Stewart, the first Canadian inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame.
Marlene is a champion because of her heart. She is a competitor through and through. She wants to win.
She never gives up. She is probably the most intense person on the golf course I've ever come across. She just has that unbelievable will.
She has been around forever, and everyone wondered why she didn't turn professional. She's just like, just wasn't my gig, but I'm still gonna go out there and kick your butt because that's what I do.
I think people look up to her for her tenacity and her ability to get the ball in the hole. She's always sort of thinking about the next shot, and I think that's a sign of a real good champion.
She's probably played against maybe more talented players, but yet Marlene wants to win and will do anything it takes to do that.
She's really given a lot of opportunities to others. She donates her time, and I think that's really valuable.
She would do anything for you. She's got a huge heart. She's unbelievably generous.
She really embodies what the game is all about, and tradition, and also keeping the game going.
She's probably the biggest figure in golf in Canada. Everybody pales by comparison with her. She is Canadian golf.
Selected through the Veterans Committee, let's welcome my good friend, Marlene Stewart Streit.
Thank you, JoAnne, for your very kind words of introduction. You stole my speech, but other than that, you're a very special friend, a great competitor, and an outstanding Hall of Famer. Family, friends, and other distinguished guests. I'm really excited. Everybody asked me if I was excited. I've been asking me this for 6 months. I am very excited to be and humbled to be here this evening. This is a tremendous honor, and I want to thank everyone for their support. This is definitely beyond any wildest dream I could ever think of having. First of all, it is my pleasure to congratulate my fellow inductees, Charlie, Esau, and Tom, for their unique contributions to the game. I'm very proud this evening to be part of this very special class. No matter who you are or what you do, we all have played for the love of the game. I'm honored and privileged to be inducted this evening into the World Golf Hall of Fame as a lifetime amateur and as a female golfer. But also, maybe most importantly, I'm proud to be the first Canadian. This is huge for Canada, and it's been a wonderful summer of celebration for me. It gives me great pleasure to share my introduction with all of Canada, and especially the Canadian golfing community, who has been so supportive of my career all over the years. I want to thank the selection committee for their time and effort while considering my nomination. Then, for selecting me to have a place among all of those who have meant so much to golf, and all of those who I have admired and respected all of these years, quite a few years. It's hard to believe that I'm really here. Once you drive in that driveway coming in here, and then I went into the hall and saw all of that wall of fame. I mean, there's Mr. Palmer, and it goes on from Mr. Palmer. And I just can hardly believe I'm here. I am just so thrilled. I will proudly carry this honor and responsibility of being a member of the World Golf Hall of Fame for the rest of my life. I would also like to thank the entire staff here at the Hall for their hospitality and patience in preparing me for this evening. After about 5,000 phone calls to Tammy and Eleanor, they'll know what I mean. Thank you. I am grateful to Stephen Ross, who on behalf of the Royal Canadian Golf Association nominated me for golf's highest honor. I would also like to thank everyone who supported my nomination, and I will be forever grateful to them for enabling me to become the first Canadian inducted into this prestigious hall. I was totally overwhelmed when I received the call from Stephen back in April, notifying me that I had been selected for the World Golf Hall of Fame. I was speechless, had a few tears, and tried to say thank you. And after I hung up, I thought maybe it was a dream, so I called him right back and, I said, Stephen, did you really call me? And he did. He confirmed the call, said he'd really called, and repeated what he had said. Then he told me, Marlene, get off the phone. Jack Peter is trying to call you to give you the official news from the World Golf Hall of Fame. I did, and I had this wonderful call from Jack. It was a happy and sad time for me that day because the first person in my thoughts was my husband, Doug, and how sorry that I was that he wasn't there to share that special moment with me. Somehow, I think he really was there. I've had plenty of time and opportunity to reflect on my life this summer. I was born in a small prairie town. Now, JoAnne, you told everything, so I don't know what I'm going to do here. I was born in a small prairie town in Cereal, Alberta. And my family eventually moved to Fond Hill, Ontario, and at the age of 12, my neighbor Ann Sharp asked me to go to Lookout Point Country Club to shag balls for her while she practiced. I liked the serenity and the beauty of the golf course and soon realized it was a game I could play and practice all on my own. My parents were not golfers, but they were very athletic and enjoyed all sports. I wanted to caddy, but my mother wouldn't let me until the pro, Gordon McGinnis, assured her that he would look out for me. You know, she thought the golf course was a place where they were drinking and smoking and doing all those bad things. Like she was goody two-shoes, but, you know, she was a good mom and she was looking after me. I liked to caddy for Gord so I could watch his smooth, balanced swing. Even if he had to take half of the clubs out of the bag on the back nine and carry them around in his hand, I guess I was just dragging a little bit. I also liked to pick up balls for him while he practiced, and he would often let me hit some when he finished. What a thrill that was. I loved it. Little did I realize in meeting Gord that I had found the total package. He was my mentor, my coach, and my lifelong friend. He stressed good basics, the love of practice, which has lasted my whole life. He taught me course management and kept swing thoughts very simple. Smoothness, rhythm, and balance, and the swing's the thing. Because Gord believed in me, I believed in myself. That was all the mental confidence I really needed. I can't tell you how many matches I won just for Gord. Any success I've had is due to Gord, and I know he is here in spirit tonight. Thank you, Gord. I miss you. When you're old like I am, you got a lot of people to thank, a lot of people to miss. I am so pleased to have Gordon Jr. here this evening with his wife, Nancy, and children, Katie and Stephen. Thank you for your love and support all along the way. I did not live my life or play golf to reach this destination. As a lifelong amateur, I only played for the love of the game. For me, it's not about the destination, but the joy that comes from the journey. One of my greatest joys has been to play in international team competitions representing Canada, and I am grateful to the Canadian Ladies Golf Association for giving me these opportunities. To me, there is no greater thrill than when your country's flag is raised at these events. Now, to see our Canadian flag flying high here at the World Golf Hall of Fame is simply magic. I am proud to be a Canadian. It was a great thrill to win national amateur championships in Canada, Great Britain, Australia, and the United States. I won the British and the Australian championship while I was a member of the Canadian Commonwealth team. They were all very important championships to me. However, I feel the 1956 USGA Amateur Championship was my most important win. JoAnne made reference to this in her lengthy introduction. I really have the great Gundy, or Big Mama, to thank for that win. You know, if she hadn't been so busy pacing to see how far she could hit it by me, she might have won that match, and I wouldn't even be standing here now. Then to win the 2003 USGA Senior Championship last year at the age of 69, I don't mind telling my age. I mean, I want every year I can get. Just enforces that golf is a game for a lifetime, even competitive golf. In 1965 and 66, I had the good fortune to be invited as an amateur to participate in Shell's wonderful World of Golf. Because of my amateur status, the monies realized from these matches were donated to the Ontario Ladies Golf Association, and then in turn they honored me by establishing the Marlene Stewart Awards Fund to assist Canadian junior girls to play in events outside of Canada. The fund is still going strong, and I'm proud to see so many of our Canadian girls enjoying success in both the professional and amateur ranks. And I might add, Quite a few of them have enjoyed success quite a few years ago, too. Sandra and Jocelyn. Giving back to the game has been a very satisfying experience for me. And now, to see Shell as a founding partner of the World Golf Hall of Fame just confirms their outstanding commitment to this game. Thank you, Shell. Trophies and awards don't mean much without friends and family to share them with you. I am only here tonight because of my parents, Harold and Mary, who gave me life and good, healthy genes, along with their wholehearted support. They always encouraged me to try my best and never give up. I miss them tonight, but I know they are proud and they are here in spirit. Doug's aunt and uncle, Brad and Ruth Streit, did play golf and were my second family, my golfing family. They gave me their enthusiastic support and encouragement, and they always reminded me that golf is just a game. I always respected their advice, and it was Uncle Brad who convinced me that I should attend Rollins College here in Florida. As he said, if you want to get any better, you can't play golf up north in the snow. He was right. They would have been so proud to be here this evening as well, and I miss them very much. Everyone should have a sister like my sister Dolly, who is out here someplace. Her family has always been there for me. She is here this evening, along with my nephew Randy, and Dolly has always been my biggest fan and my best friend. Her children were my summer sons, and as teenagers, they often caddied for me. Thank you, Dolly Gordy, Ricky, and Randy. I am grateful for your love and support. I love you. I've enjoyed the people I've met, the places I have visited, and the friends I have made along the way. However, there would not have been the great journey without my husband, Doug. Although he didn't play much golf himself, he always seemed proud of what I was doing, and he gave me his total support and encouragement to play amateur golf. He was a strong, quiet type, and his calmness always kept things in perspective for me. He always gave me the same homecoming. It never really mattered whether I won or lost. I'm grateful for his loving support as a husband and friend. He was there for me, and I miss him so much. I know he's here with me in spirit this evening. But much more than golf, always was my family. Our two beautiful, caring daughters, Darlene and Lynn, are here with me this evening. Thank you both for your love and support and understanding. You are very special friends. I love you with all my heart. So happy you're here tonight. I have been blessed with good health, a wonderful family and friends, as well as the gift of golf. I thank each and every one of you who have helped me along the way. I appreciate the special effort that so many of my family and friends have made to be here this evening to celebrate this distinguished honor and milestone in my life as the first Canadian inductee into the World Golf Hall of Fame. There's one person who's missing here tonight, and many of you know him. It's Dick Grimm. He was all set to come. He was coming right up until Friday, and I know you all know him. He's contributed so much to the game of golf in Canada and many other places. And hi, Dick, we miss you tonight. Golf truly is the friends you make along the way. Thank you.